Hi, and welcome to another HTML and CSS tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a navigation bar, and I thought it's going to be it'll look more beautiful if we make it transparent as well. So now we're going to start with writing HTML and then control space, and I'm using Sublime Text 3, so if you just press control and the space, it will write down everything for you. And so there are two parts in making a navigation bar. One part is to make an unordered list, and our unordered list is going to go inside of our body, and the styling and how do we want it to look like, where do we want it to be located is going to be inside of the head and inside of a tag called style. So our CSS is going to be inside of a style. So first of all, I'm going to give it a title, and I'm going to call it navigation bar. Save it, and then when I run it here, the tab name changed to navigation bar. Now I can start writing our program. So first off, I'm just going to write my unordered list. So in order to write an unordered list, you will just write UL and then close the UL tag, and then inside of your UL, so this means that we are writing an unordered list, and then inside of our UL we're going to start with writing a list, which is li, and then closing the list. So that is one member of our unordered list. We can add as many as we want. I'm just going to add 3. Okay, so now we have 3, but we don't have anything written inside of it. I can add the first one called home, second one about, and then the third one probably like contact. So this is it. Now I'm going to save it and run it here. So this is our unordered list. I have home, about, and contact. So another thing that I want to do, I want my about to have 2 other things under it. So I'm going to add probably our mission and why us. First, let's add another one here because our list is very small. So I'm going to copy instead of contact, I'm just going to add news. Save it. If I run it again, so now news added as well. So yeah, we wanted to add 2 other members to our about. So the way to do that is, do you notice there we open the list and we close the list here? So since we want those 2 members to be part of this list, so we have to take our li to the next line, and we have to start writing before our li finishes. So after about, you open another ul, which is another unordered list, and then you close your ul, save it, and inside of this I'm just gonna write down li and close it, another li and close it. So first one is going to be our mission, and then second one who we are, or why us. Now save it. Now if I run it again, so we have home and about, contact and news, and then inside of our about we have 2 other, which is called our mission and why us. So this means that we have 4 main lists, and home, about, and contact and news are our main list. And then if we hover over about, our mission and why us are going to appear on the screen. Now let's just first put our background image so it won't be so boring. When you want to add the background image, you can easily just go to your body, in front of your body, and write background, and then the name of your file, which is saved in the same folder as your navbar folder. So it is going to be sky.jpg, and then save it. If I run it again, yes, now we have this thing. These are black, so we can't see them very well, but it's fine for now. We're going to change it later. Just know that we have home, about, our mission, why us, contacts, and news here. So right now I'm done with my list, but there is something else that I have to mention here. We have, since right now if I go and click on each one of them, nothing's gonna happen. Right now I'm clicking on home, but nothing is happening because we haven't anchored them, so they're not linked to any other web page or anything. In order to anchor to any web page, you just need to copy, or let's make it this way. You just need to copy the address and the URL of your web page, and then here open a tag called anchor, or A, and then close your anchor tag, and inside of the opening of it you can write href equal to, and then write down the name or the URL of the file that you want your web page to, when you click on it, to go to, and then save it. Now if I run my navigation bar again, you will see that home is underlined and it changed color. Now if I click on home, it will take me to Google. I'm going to use the same address for all of them, but when you're making a website and you're making a navigation bar, you have to choose the address that you want to go on click. So here I'm going to just put all of them to Google. So again, A, this, then don't forget your about. So the anchor for this one have to be closed after about, because we just want to anchor about, we don't want to anchor the rest of the list. So right now we anchored everything, we just have to add our website to it. So just copy that one and paste it inside of all of my anchor files. So save it, and then when I run this again, now everything is going to be this color, and if I click on each one of them, it's going to take me to Google. About is going to take me to the Google. So that means all of my anchors are working. And then the next thing we want to do, so right now we're done with the structure and the writing of our navigation bar. Now we want to style it, because right now our navigation bar is completely working properly. So the structure and everything is done. We just want to make it look more beautiful and look better. So now we're going to head. After title, I'm going to make a tag called style. Again, you can make your CSS. You can make another folder and make another file and write your CSS in there, and then link it to your HTML file. But right now, since I'm just writing a small code, I'm just going to write all of them in the same page. Later on, when we are making a website altogether, I will make all of the CSS paper, all of the CSS tags in a separate sheet, in a separate file, and then keep the HTML in a separate file, and we'll see how we can do everything. But right now, since we're doing small things at a time, we're just learning quick things and small things to build different parts of the website, it's better to just put them on the same page. Right now, I want to make the change to all of my list from the beginning till the end. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna write UL here. That means I want these changes to happen to all of my unordered list. So and then open and close a curly bracket. Inside of your bracket, start writing what you want to happen to your unordered list. So the first thing that I want to do is to get rid of these dots because I don't want them. It's going to be a navigation bar, so I don't need those dots. Is to write list style, and I'm going to say none because I don't want anything, and then I'm going to save it, run this again. It was dark, but hopefully you can see those dots disappeared. But let's just change the background because this doesn't let us see anything. I'm just gonna make it this is actually darker. 900. Save. I think it's going to be lighter if I make all of them a higher number. Okay, this color is very good, so we can see everything. And yeah, okay, so the point was this. So those dots that we had, those circles that we had before, home, about, our mission, YS, and stuff like that, they disappeared. But they are still in the middle of the page. It didn't go completely to the left. The way to do that, because when you're making an unordered list, even if you are taking all of the what I call styling and everything of the list off, it is still a list, so it will still have the default padding in it. So if you want all of them to be on the left side of the page, you can just add padding, just say padding, and then you can set it to 0 pixel and save it, and when you run it again, everything are going to go on the left side. Another thing is there is a margin here, which I don't want it, so I'm just going to say margin. It is up on you if you want to have it or not. I'm just gonna say 0 pixel because I want everything to be on a very left top side of my page. Run this again, and that margin disappeared. So now I'm done with the things that I want to do to my whole list. Now I'm going to go a little bit further inside of my branch. So I'm going to go inside of UL, LI, so that means I'm going to make changes to this part of the to this part of my list. So I'm going to say UL and then LI, open and close your curly bracket. Okay, so the first thing that I want to change here is to give it a block. I want to put them inside of a block. I want to give them a background color so it will look better. It is still working without that. We're just styling it right now, so it just all depends on what you want to do with it. So right now I'm just gonna write down background color dash color, and I'm going to choose orange, or yes, orange, or I can do black, then I can make my writing white, or not for now, I can change it later. So orange, because I realized I have to change that color into another list. So orange, and I'm going to run it. Now everything is orange, the whole line is orange, but I don't want it to look like that. First, let's do something. Let's put all of them on top here. So to put all of them on top, I'm gonna say float, and you can either say left or right. Since I want them to be on the left, I'm just gonna say left, save it. I'm running it again. Now everything is on the left side of the page. So I have home, and then I have about, and then our mission, why us, contact, and news. There is one huge problem with this. They are all smushed together and we can't see anything properly. So the way that I can fix this is to give a space to your block. So I can say I want the width to be, for example, 120 pixels, and then I want the height to be 60 pixels. Yeah, I think 60 pixels is good. Save it. Then when I run this again, okay, now it's way better. We have to fix these ones, because if you notice, all of them are on the corner and the top. We want it to be in the center from each side, from left and right, and from top and bottom. We want it to be in the center. So let's do that first. So I'm going to say text align, and then you want to say center. So now all the texts are going to go, all of my li list are going to be in the center. Let's run it again. Okay, now they're in the center of the block, but from top and bottom we want it to be in the center as well. See here, the height is 60 pixels. If you want it to be in the middle, you have to set the line height to the same as your height pixel as well. So here I'm just gonna do 60 pixels, save this, and then run this again. Now everything is in the middle. But what happens if I change this one? If I change the height to, for example, 120 pixel, save it. If I run this again, it's not going to be in the middle anymore. It's going to go a little bit on top. So again, if you want to fix that one, you can just make this 120 and it's going to be fixed. Now it is in the middle. So always try to, if you want it to be in the middle, just try to set the line height same as the height, so everything is going to be good. Right now I just want to put it in 60. Okay, we can do another thing to make it even more beautiful. So right now everything is connected. All of these are connected together, and we don't want them to be connected together. So the way to cut them from each other is to add margin to it from right, and I can add 1 pixel, and then margin from top, add another 1 pixel. Now it's way better. So I have another picture in that folder which is called row.jpg. I'm just gonna change this one again to background, and it's called road.jpg. Save this, going to run it again, and now it looks very beautiful. Okay, the next thing I want to do is to make it transparent. For making it transparent, you will use opacity, and now we can choose what we want. If you choose 1, nothing's gonna change. There is no opacity for it. But if you want to make it very transparent, you can just put 0.1 or 0.1, save. Now it's almost disappeared. Okay, I'm going to put it to 0.5. Now it's a little bit better. If I change it to, for example, 0.7, looks better. What if you put it to 75? Yeah, I'm just gonna put it to 8. Yes, now it looks way better. Okay, so now we have everything ready here. So there are a couple of other things that we wanted to do. So now let's see what else we can change here. So we went to the branch UL, and then we changed ULLI. Next thing that we can change is ULLIA. So now we can change the style, the things that are related to our anchor, to our link. So ULLIA here. Okay. First thing is, after we changed it to the link, we have this line under it, which we don't want it. So I'm just gonna change it in the anchor. Yes, I text decoration, and I'm going to put it to none. Save. Run it again. Okay, now those lines disappeared. Way better. Another thing is, when we change them to a link, the color changed from black to another like dark blue or something, but I want to change it back to black. So I'm going to say color and then black, save. Now I'll change to black again. Another thing I want to change, I want to make the font a little bit bigger because it's too small. You can change it with the pixel as well. I'm just going to put 30 pixels and save it. Nah, it's too big. 20 pixels. Yes, now it's better. Okay, so now I have text decoration, color, and font size ready. What else can we change here? I think we're good right now here. So we're going to go to the next part, which is going to be... okay, so we're good with the... if we want to change it later, we can change it later. For now, I'm just going to go to the next list. So now I have gone through UL, LI, and my anchor file. Next thing I want to go into is into another UL that I have inside of my UL. Okay, so let's see what changes can we do on the inner unordered list. So we have our mission and why us always appeared here. We don't want that. We want to go on top of this, and then whenever we went on top of it, we want to get the rest of the options inside of about. So right now we just want to make our mission and why us disappear. So the way to do that is to, first of all, change your branch to the branch that this one is. So it's going to be UL, UL, and then LI, okay, and then we have another UL, so we write UL and then another LI. You just say display, and then you say none. So all of them are going to go and disappear. Now if we go on top of about, we don't see them appear here because we didn't write any code for appearance. We just say we want it to be disappeared. We will make them appear later. Make a UL and LI list because we wanted to cover all of our lists. So we're going to the first UL LI because we wanted to change the hover. So this is changing it when we are hovering over it. You can change it when it is click on, or there's so many different options. You can just go and check them later, or we will go through them later. But for now, and since you're doing navigation bar tutorial, I'm not gonna go too much through that. So when it is hover, when it is going over it, I want to change the background color. So I'm gonna say background and then color, and I want it to change to, for example, yellow. Save. Then if I run this again, okay, now when I go on top of each one of them, they're gonna change color to yellow. Okay, I can see there is a problem that's gonna come up, that whenever we get to it, I will show you what the problem is. Okay, so right now we want to bring our about sublist back, because right now when we're going over about, nothing appears, so we don't have access to those two members of the about. So we're going to change it here. So they were in order to get to them, you have to copy and paste this one, which is ULLI, ULLI. This is their branch. But we want to say whenever we want on top of about or any other of these that have sublist in them, so the hover is going to be on the first list. It's not going to be on the second list. I have to specify it here. So ULLI and then 2.hover. That means when you are hovering the first, this says when you're hovering the first list, do these changes to the second list. So right now I'm just gonna say display, and then I'm just gonna write block. So that means those blocks have to come back. Now let's see. Yes, so now we have them again. Now if you remember, I told you there is a problem that we need to fix here. So that problem is this. If you notice, when I'm going here, if I click here, nothing's gonna happen. I'm clicking right now and nothing's happening. If I go and click here, nothing's happening. I have to actually go on top of the words, for example on news, and then when I click on it, it will go to Google or anything else. And the same thing for these ones as well. So when you're clicking on the side of it, nothing's gonna happen. So that's not good. We can actually change that. So that is the problem with the list. Sorry, it is the problem with the anchor, with the link of the file. So we're going here and we're going to say we want the display to be block, and then save this, and then when you run this again, if you're going over it, anywhere that you go inside of the block, you can click and you can go to the next tab. So right now I'm just clicking here and it's gonna take me to Google. And for these ones as well, so I'm just gonna go anywhere here. I can click here, it will take me to the next page. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.